are some of the papers we've got for you this morning. Vanguard newspaper, Kaduna, Zaria boil, over 700 billion naira lost in 5 days, ascribed to ASBON and KACCIMA. Well, some of the riders here, KACCIMA, ASBON count losses as protests become violent in Kaduna, Zaria. Continues in Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Jos, Benin. Rescue Nigerians now. Protesters with Russian flags beg Putin in Zamfara. Russia not party to flags flown during protest, ascribed to their embassy. Tinubu security chiefs meet. Police arrest 31 for distributing, producing Russian flags in Kano, Kaduna, Jigawa, others. And then they've got snapshots of the protests all over the front page here this morning. Leadership newspaper, criminals have hijacked hunger protests. Military warns. Declares waving foreign flags treasonable offense. Refutes coup rumors as Russia distances itself from protesters. Kaduna government imposes 24-hour curfew. And then this story above this lead story on the front page of Leadership. Air Nigeria court voids agreement with Ethiopian Airlines. You might also want to check that one out. Daily Trust, Tinubu orders crackdown on protesters waving Russian flags. Well, Daily Independent, hashtag end bad governance. Protesters have crossed the line, ascribed to defense chief right there. Beneath that list story, Aviation Union petition Tinubu over grounding of Arik Air fleet. Say aircraft belong to secured creditors. Have a look at Blueprint this morning as protesters fly Russian flags. Military will resist treasonable push to change government, ascribed to Musa. And then look at some of the riders. We don't interfere in domestic affairs of other nations, ascribed to the Russian embassy. Kaduna imposes curfew as one killed, properties looted. That's a big lead right there this morning. The Nigerian News Direct, hashtag end bad governance. Flying Russian flag in Nigeria is treasonable. Defense chief to protesters. So that's pretty point blank right there. DSS arrests sponsors of Russian flag for protesters. Police arrested 873 rioters, not protesters, force PRO, as Russia denies involvement in hashtag end bad governance protest. Arewa Group urges Tinubu to relocate Kano's Digital Innovation Park to Kebbi. New Telegraph will defend democracy, says CDS, as Tinubu security chiefs meet over hardship protests. Then some of the riders here, those flying foreign flags will be arrested, prosecuted, ascribed to CDS Musa. DSS police apprehend tailors making flags in Kano, others, as Russian government distances itself from protest. And believe that story, Edo Ondo Guba, INEC removes 92,078 new registrants over irregular registration. So don't forget that. Arewa political group threatens to occupy INEC offices over LP leadership crisis. That you also see right there. The Guardian newspaper focuses on a different scenario entirely. FG prioritizes NAS State House spendings amid MDA's funding crisis. So they got a table here. Release funds in H1. You see that table there. And then widening gap between expenditure and revenue nears crisis level, leaving FG with a spending shortfall of over 50% in H1 2024. You'll also see on the front page right there. This Nigeria, as Tinubu meets security chiefs, it's treasonable to hoist foreign flags in Nigeria, defense chief warns. Says army won't allow democracy to be truncated. DSS captures tailors sewing Russian flags in Kano as police arrest 873 suspects nationwide. Kaduna, Bauchi imposes 24-hour curfew. There you go. And then Lagos to crack down on unsupervised building projects. You see there. But at the bottom street, EFCC grills 2 Kogi government officials. We have nothing to hide, says Commission. U.S. recession fears, falling crude prices threaten new